Alright, man. Well, we're going to get started here, guys. Alright. We're going to go down the list here. The first thing, guys, that I want to talk about is I want to talk about how to build a strong player identity. Alright? It's one of the most important things in this game. Now, when I teach you, whether it's in coaching, whether you're learning on your own, no matter what the case, I'm going to start changing here too, so everyone tap in. Whether you're learning on your own, whether you're coaching or getting coached, etc., you're always aiming to become good in the general way Valorant is played, or like the fundamentals, some might say, right? They're going to tell you about crosshair placement. They're going to tell you about how to peek an angle. You guys understand that? That's what you're aiming for. How many times have you guys watched a VOD where someone's like, oh, here's how to move like loud less? The problem is that you're not loud less. Okay? And you need to build your own playstyle. All right? And that's not a bad thing. Like, for example, Demon 1 does not shoot like loud less. But yet Demon 1 dominated the entire fucking world. Okay? And he could do it again in the correct situation. I'll talk about that too. Right? So, deviating off of that fundamental guideline is what you need to do, but you need to do it in your way that works for you. So, for example, is anyone in here really good with, let's just say, utility? Let's say, would anyone in here consider themselves like that's their specialty, utility? Like you're really good with like really good flashes, really good darts, or something along those lines. Let's say util timing, he says, right? Then you're going to be more so of a player that stands out like, I mean, let's think of like util players. Crashies at one point was very like, Sinatra, I mean, we know we don't like, a lot of people don't like Sinatra, but Sinatra in his prime, his util timing was perfect, right? Like he knew exactly how to, early on, like he knew really how to abuse it. So, yes, Ethan Patatek, it's true, exactly. So you're gonna have those strong suits, and you can play those. So now we're gonna talk about how certain players have deviated off their fundamentals, guys. We're gonna look here. Everybody, can you guys confirm you can see my screen when I tapped into YouTube right there? You guys can see YouTube. You guys can see those videos. Nice. Okay. Good job. All right. This is what we're gonna look at. First off, Demon 1. Let's look at what role is he on? He's on Brim. You'd imagine that Brimstone's playing a main or, playing rotator. That's so many teams, if you look, they'll play Brim like that. But look where he is, okay? Now, we can look at some key things in this round. We know that they have Raze ult. We know that it might be a fast hit, etc. Bro, he's not playing retake. This isn't fundamentally quote-unquote correct. Boostier's not even playing off of him. Demon 1's playing off this chart on his own. Let's watch this. Why the fuck is there music? And he fights on Brim and just face plants into this exec. And it works. Because that's his playstyle. And like, put all the theory aside, if you played into theory, then obviously the team with Rocket and Viper will just win every round. Does that make sense, guys? Like, if you only stick to theory and stick to the fundamentals, then sure, then the team with the advantage is going to win. It's stuff like this, where Demon 1 goes beyond that and does whatever the fuck he wants and whatever this team enables him to do, that's going to put you to that next level. Because otherwise, you're not going to be able to create a big enough of a skill difference to ever win a championship, right? To constantly win games and win grand finals, you have to have a large skill gap. And the skill gap doesn't exist fundamentally. The skill gap only exists if you create it in your own way. We're going to look at other situations where Demon 1 did the same thing. What's he gonna be doing? Demon 1 is against Eco. He has his dash popped. He gets one. Look how hard he's face planting into this. He doesn't dash away right now. He gets caught off guard. He moves, commits to the fight, and he stands dead still. How many times have I told you guys, do not do this? Okay, I'm going to open the chat now so I can see it. How many times have you guys... Oops. That's Valorant. I'll show that in a second. How many times have I told you guys you need to move there? Right? You get caught off guard across the place, so you got to move. Right? That's the first thing you do. But he didn't, though. Because he's so fucking good at aiming, and he wants to stand his ground. That's his playstyle. And that works. And that's how you win championships. Because he's at a different level. Like, he's better than me, you, and at those certain particular fights. He's just better, okay? So he's going to do that. And then now, that's why EG's going to win a lot more anti-ecos. EG's going to win a lot more ecos. They're going to win a lot more weird-ass rounds because of those plays. So that's Demon 1's. Let's look at Jing, guys. Jing he's aggressive in a different way. Jing is aggressive, but he also coordinates fights with his team and plays off of, like, what's it called? Like, cover. Like, he plays off cover in his utility extremely well. Like, his utility and his, like, cover management and, like, his spacing with his team fights is just ridiculous. Let's watch this clip. His fight comes in, Forsaken's gonna flash through. He's gonna fight at that timing. I hate this thing. I wish I could, like, take those off, but I don't know how to. Anyone know how? But it's like, Oh my fucking god, what the fuck is this? Like, guys, is there a way to take that off? Anyone know? How do I get those things off the screen? Is that not just the dumbest fucking thing? Like, Jesus Christ. I'm fucking disliking it. Dumbass, learn how to make a video. Just kidding. But look, he rockets. Then look at his teams. His team's behind this wall in this area. He's jiggling, finding that timing. He's getting back into the cover. Taking his timing, peeking up, down with his teammate here. Breaks this. And then, what the fuck was that guy doing? But yeah, you see, like, that management there. I'm not going to dislike that. That's fucked up. And then here, let's watch again. Look at how he has a different style of aggression that's more so synergized with his team, his util, and his team fights. Watch. Nades the angle. Prowler's stun comes. He knows it's coming. Runs him down. Satchel's on top. Looks back sight. Nothing's there. Goes into heaven. Now he's in their CT. And now he's mowing them down. So again, another anti-eco played aggressively in a different way. Right? So are you guys starting to see what I'm saying? Where like people have their playstyles. You see Jing's playstyle right there. And that's what you need to aim to do. You need to have your own playstyle like that. It doesn't need to be aggressive. I showed you 2 aggressive playstyles. It doesn't need to be. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you my playstyle to give you guys an example. So, obviously, if you don't know, obviously I played in this game. I play an extremely ratty chaotic playstyle, you might say. Okay? It's not fully ratty. Okay? It's like I like to find gaps. That's the best way to explain it. Even in teams, my IGLing is I like to find gaps in other teams and call into those gaps.
Don't really have anyone to play off of you, help you out.
You can see Ye kills my teammate here, narrates, misses this rocket, but then I hear these players in CT sprinting right now. They're sprinting, so I go through the left side of this smoke because I knew Ye was on this side of back sight right here, right? So I go through and I kill his teammates in the back, right? They both had util out. Then I jump. I get away from Ye. He doesn't even know what the fuck just happened. Hit a lick, got out of there. Okay, and now you see I go to U-hold. And I call, Brim ult off me, again, because it's just ratty. I like obviously I'm a util guy too. These sort of traps I like to do. Peek this, we kill Exalt here. The round goes on. Call for wall up at this point, like the round's kind of just a normal round, but you'll see. He got my teammate, flash, kill this guy. Easy peasy round. Okay. So you guys see, that's kind of my playstyle, and obviously, if you've seen this clip before, again, just super ratty, not really aim dually. I'm not a very aim dually player. I'm not a very committed to fights player. I'm really just trying to rat for kills. So you can see I'm doing like that weird ass jump spot and shit to get kills. Like that's the kind of stuff I do. And if you want to get more in depth into my a deeper understanding of how I like to play the game, I value like fighting and spacing on like execs more than anything. Everyone who's played with me knows this. And I value the small parts of the game. I don't value the overarching things so much because I think that's just all easy. I value the small things, the small pieces of utility involved, the routing, the pathing. So here, you're gonna see a round where me and Narrate, we do an unorthodox like entry pathing, okay? Because we know they're against eco. I get out. I'm basically the human Soba drone right now against the eco, okay? But I'm gonna turn my teammate's own flash and it pops right here, bang. And now I'm just gonna chill right here and Narrate one way to the right side, and then me and Narrate are just spaced out together here, and we're fighting against the eco. And to show you guys another example, I'm going to show you this. I just created this channel for this, guys. Let's
yeah, woof it.
So you can see we're making this plan here.
No, I'm hitting. He's there. I need it.
Okay, we get stuffed.
Yeah, let's go. We're going after. You ready? Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Nary. Let's go.
And again, it's the exact same thing. Where like that spacing means everything.
Heaven.
And it's so hard to trade me and Narrate now. Everyone who peeks us is getting triple face. Guys, don't look at the names. Don't look at the names. Guys, everyone who peeks us is just getting double or triple face. It's impossible. That's why all throughout like tier 2, whatever you want to call it that I played in, like I've always had such strong execs, okay? Because it's really hard to deal with those small things. You guys know what I'm saying? So that's my playstyle. That's kind of how I view the game. And yeah, that's just funny. No, they wouldn't care. That was like a year ago. But that's what I value. So you guys need to find your own identities, whether it's as a leader, as a player, as an IGL, as a support player, etc. You guys need to develop your own identities. What do you guys stand for? What do you guys think is important, and what do you want to be the best at? That's what you guys got to figure out. Because if you can't answer that, you're never going to be good. Wouldn't you be vulnerable to getting double killed? No. It's the opposite. That's like the best way to avoid getting double killed. It's like peeking at the exact same time with you two. Like, but doesn't that mean you can't really copy strats or defaults from teams? 100% you can. But I don't really do that anyways. Like, at the highest level, you don't copy whole strats. See, the thing about copying strats and defaults from teams, you don't copy it one for one at the highest level, right? You copy the idea behind what they're doing. So at your level, you might be copying it one for one, right? Because you don't have the same understanding that I do. But where obviously I played this game for 4 years, I've been IGLing, I've competed professionally multiple times. So it's like, whenever I see EG run a default, I'm not looking at their default saying, oh, I want that exact default. I'm looking at the default and saying, okay, well, they're utilizing Sova Drone for mid control here. They're committing that Sova Drone. So I'm going to make a mid default. Maybe I might change the smoke, but I'm going to commit the Sova Drone early and then rely on the rechargeables for the sight hit. It's fundamentals like that I'm going to look behind. I'm going to look at their pathing. I'm going to look at their anti-fight positions. I'm going to look at their ult rounds. Where do they value Sova ult? Do they play to push? Do they play for a pick with Sova ult? Do they play to exec sights with Sova ult? Does Raze play to ult somewhere every round? Do they play to default and then ult? Where do they play anti-ult, right? So let's say on Bind, right? Let's say on Bind, EG likes to play Dodge Mode top truck every round against Raze ult. That everyone does, right? Then maybe I'll copy that on my team. I'll say, hey, okay, let's play top truck. You understand what I mean? You don't just copy stuff one for one because you're not them. They make strats that benefit their players and their play styles. You can't do that because there's no way that all your roles are that similar. Like, my Raze player isn't going to be Jajamo, right? Everyone understand that? That's kind of where, like, that's the fallacy of, like, copying that stuff. Now, I want to talk to you guys about something else. I want to talk to you guys about how selfless players have enabled the best players in the world since the beginning of Valorant. There's not a single time in Valorant where this isn't true. The selfless players have always enabled the best players. Always. Let's talk about Optic in their prime. Because I see FNS is right here. So, under Robs, right? So, if you think back to how Optic played, don't you guys remember Marv being on the extremities on Bind? Think about this. Marv would be like outside showers on Bind. Ye would be lurking B long. FNS would lurk A short. They had this multiple lurk setup, and they enabled Ye to play exactly how he wanted to. Ye didn't have to entry. Ye didn't have to risk taking space. He could take his own timings. He was on his own island. He played exactly how he wanted to, and that's how he found success. You wonder why Ye struggles to find success elsewhere? It's because he doesn't have an IGL that understands him, that understands how to enable him. You understand? Like, that is... Hold on, let me end this screen share real quick and check this. But yeah, that is how the best... Let me look. On 6, Discord is going to capture... No. That's fine. Okay, I'll come back to it. Sorry, chat. That is how the best players have always done good, right? Selfless bums rise up. There you go, T-Dog enabling Frosty, man. So, that's what you guys got to understand. And that's where I feel like a lot of people get overlooked. You guys can look at Jajamo from last year, man. This is one of the craziest hills that I'm going to die on. You guys got to understand that Jajamo being so good at creating space. Jajamo and Boostio were so good at creating space. Boostio did it on off rolls. Even when he was on a lurk roll, it would be calm lurking. Boostio was so aggressive, and Ethan was such a good support player for Jaw, and Jaw made so much space. Bro, you guys got to understand that it was completely different. Like, Demon 1 would never be able to do that. Calm would never be able to wrap around the whole fucking map if it wasn't for that. That's what you got to understand. Like, guys, let's look at a Valor plan real quick. How many of you guys have... I don't know how many people have played against Calm, but how many of you guys seen Calm do, like, this bullshit, bro? Calm will deadass be on, like, an A-site exec and then wrap around the map and post-plant like this. He will do that. The only way that you're doing that is if you trust that your teammates have such a good, like, space creation in his screens, delay the plant, delay the post, have perfect everything. Right? This guy, Calm's the kind of guy to Sova Dart from here and say, fuck it, good luck, guys. Yo, good luck, guys. Have fun. I'm going to go wrap. Fuck it, let's go through B. Like, yo, Calm's deadass the kind of guy to do this shit, bro. And that does not work if you don't have someone who is as talented as Jaw and Ethan on the entry/support role getting that space. It doesn't work. You try to do that in another team, it might not work. You might start trolling rounds because your space creation is not as strong. And that's what enables someone like Demon 1. Demon 1 can work at his own pace and take the risks and speed up when he wants to because he has Jaw and Boostio that are willing to take risks, bro. I want you guys to imagine right now you're on Icebox and you put up a mid Viper orb and you're splitting A. The fucker who jumps through that smoke is the goddamn hero, man. I've always been that guy on my teams, but it's Boost. If you think of someone, that's gonna be Boostio, man. That's gonna be Jaw. The guy who's jumping through that fucking smoke, that is not Ye, that is not Demon 1. They're the ones trading, which is good. They're good at that, right? But that's the difference, right? If you put Ye in this round, and you made him, oh, you're on jet, bro, you got an entry, and you made him jump through the smoke, your team's gonna fucking suck, right? Your dumbass as IGL needs to jump through the smoke spinning like a fucking madman for Ye to trade you. And that's how you can enable a player like him. I like to think that it was protocol based, where they would get the bomb site for relatively free. They would sack Jaw and site for a trap, but now I've watched him on 11. I think it's just a player tendency to calm flank. Yeah, no, the thing is, T-Dog, is like you might not have been like analyzing much like before he was on like tier 1. I'm not sure how much you like knew about Calm, but bro, Calm in like tier 3, tier 2, whatever you want to call it, he did the same shit, bro. Like he always did that. It was always a thing. Like that's not like a new thing in like matches now. Bro, he's always done that. It's so funny. Because like what you're saying, bro, is true. Like he does it like when he had Jaw to like sack like that is true. That's when it worked, bro. I'll play the Calm on. Is that Konpeki right there? I've streamed it on. Is that Konpeki? The K? Okay, well he played with him, bro. So there you go. So like he would know better than me. So yeah. So yeah, guys, that's what I mean by like setting up, bro. Allowing Calm to play like that, people have to set that up, right? You might need a strong initiator like Ethan to allow that. That's the point, guys. And the idea is that sometimes what people will do is they'll create these super teams because what they'll do is they'll put 5 players who are good together, but no one's willing to bite the fucking bullet. Guys, why do you think Hooded Thieves is doing so much better this year? Like Bustio was biting the bullet, and first off, he gives a lot of confidence to his players. But now, NRG, they were losing with Demon 1. No one on NRG was biting the bullet. Demon 1 was playing fucking raised double satcheling, bro. That shit was like watching some crazy shit, bro. That was on some wicked shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I remember that Konpeki, the double smokes, double stars, modo. So yeah, guys, that's basically like this little segment was just talking about how like the selfless player enables, like the selfless players enable some of those deviated playstyles, right? So if I as an IGL on a support role can play somewhat aggressive and enable my duelist, someone like maybe Narrate or whoever who's a little less aggressive, but give them more fights and more beneficial situations to fit their deviation, whatever way that is, right? Then we're gonna win, and that's how you can get to that next level, right? But that falls apart when you don't have that. Whenever maybe someone tries to play without someone who's selfless, it's not gonna work because now their deviation doesn't get set up. Does that make sense? There you go. Yeah, exactly, Konpeki. But that's just the thing, is like, I mean, that's why like I made this argument a long time ago, and I got roasted for this on Twitter. I said you should never IGL in like tier 3. You should never IGL in tier 3, tier 2, even like bottom tier 2. It makes no sense. Like IGLing or playing like Breach. Playing like Breach, Sage, or IGL is all stupid career like killers. Playing Breach, Sage, or IGLing in tier 3 is a career killer. I swear to God. Everyone can roast me all they want. I don't care. It's just true. It's 100% true. Like, it's not smart because everyone who's like scouting teams is a fucking moron. Like, I mean, look at tier 1 Valorant. The people scouting teams are absolutely fucking morons. They don't even know who to pick up. Like, let alone tier 2, bro. Tier 2 might as well be like what lunch table you sit at. Like, literally, it has nothing to do with anything else. It might as well be fucking middle school lunch tables. So, like, they see somebody, oh, this guy has 160 ACS on Breach. Oh, can't play with him. Everyone says he's good, but you know what? Fuck it, he's bad. So, it's just dumb. It's a career killer. And all these fucking people who haven't experienced IGLing in tier 3, tier 2, they're going to have opinions on it. But your opinion is not valid because you haven't seen what I've seen. Only people who have played in tier 2, tier 3's opinions on that are going to matter because they've actually seen it. Of course, tier 1's different, bro. You get way more credit in tier 1 or even top tier 2. But, like, for example, let's say T-Dog on QOR, let's say he was losing this year. Let's say T-Dog did the same selfless plays that he was doing right now, but he was losing. Everyone would call him fucking dog shit and say he should be dropped. But yet he's doing the same shit. He's doing the same selfless shit. He has the same intentions. He has the same goals. He's doing the same good things for his team, except he's not winning. Right? So that's where the bias comes in with IGLing. It's just not smart to do. Like, at like the bottom level. So, it's a risk, for sure. But obviously I did it because I'm a psychopath. So, alright. We're going to move on to the next segment here. The next segment that I want to talk to you guys about is basically the idea that you need to be good as a team or as a player on your role at a particular way of the game. This is kind of tied into the last segment, but this is where the quote comes in. Okay, and if you guys don't know the quote, it's this. I'll say it out loud. It is, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." Does that make sense? It's basically the idea that just because you kind of know, it is Bruce Lee. You kind of know fucking Sentinel. You don't kind of know anything. You can't fill all the roles. You're yapping. You're stupid and you're bad. Okay. You can't play any role. You can't do this, that. What you need to do, you need to be the best fucking Sentinel player in fucking Immortal. You need to be the best fucking Sky player in Immortal. Okay. That's what you need to be. Stop trying to go here and there and everything. You need to become great at something. You are not ever going to go anywhere being average at everything. There's not a single player who's ever done good in any game or anything in life being average at everything. That's stupid, okay? There's some players who can, like, excel on multiple things, and then you think, oh, because they did it, I can do it. No, that's not true, okay? Like what T-Dog just said. Just because Zelsus can excel on multiple roles does not mean it is at all a good idea for anyone else to do it, right? He is someone who has played FPS for 10 fucking years at, like, a pro level. Of course he's going to have a little bit more of an understanding how to play different roles. He's going to learn faster, right? Whereas someone who's just coming up through Immortal, they don't have those reps. They don't have that experience. They don't have the infrastructures in their brain that enable them on how to learn. He does. It's not the same, right? So, but how can you decide what to pick? Here's the question. You can't decide what to pick. This is what I tell themselves. I want you to imagine what your dreams and aspirations are in Valorant. What are your dreams and aspirations in Valorant? Do you want to play in Tier 3? Do you want to play in Collegiate? Do you want to eventually make it to franchising? My question to you is, what do you imagine yourself being? Like, for me, right now, if I want to imagine Trick, I want to imagine him in franchising. What do I want to be? When I get to franchising, what kind of player do I want to be? How can I envision myself getting there? It would be as an IGL on Initiator. That's what it would be. It would be as an IGL Initiator who's like that sacrificial kind of Initiator, a really aggressive, that enables a duelist player. That's the kind of player I know I'd want to be. That's how you can find that answer, right? You might say, okay, well, I want to be a Sentinel player who's really hard holding down bomb sites. I really like to play on site, even by myself, the fucking Zextro playstyle. I'll 1v fucking 10 these motherfuckers if I need to. I don't care what util's coming. So, and you can envision that, and that's what you should aim for, right? So just ask yourself the question of what you want to do and what you want to be and what you envision yourself succeeding with. Does everyone get that? Everyone understand that ideology there? Okay, guys. So, the next thing that we are going to talk about is how to learn effectively, okay? A lot of people say, well, I don't know how to get better. I don't know how to learn. First off, you're at the right place. $35 for you. I'm kidding. But you need to utilize all of your free resources and all the guides out there, etc. But there's a catch. I want you guys to understand. I don't want to call people out, man. I've said this my entire like time that I wanted to become a coach. I told myself I would never put anyone else down. But I'm gonna give you guys this disclaimer. Okay? You need to learn the basics. You need to learn the basics from people. If you're listening to someone talking about some complicated shit, they better be a fucking pro player. Or at least played Tier 2, Tier 3, whatever the case is. They better have years of experience competing in the game. If they don't, and they're talking about complicated shit, you might want to watch out listening to them. That's all I'm going to say. I don't care what other credentials they have. If you're not listening to someone like T-Dog who is actually playing the fucking game and actually understands the application and the practical application of ideologies that you're teaching, or someone like me who's actually played, do not listen to the complicated stuff. You might be able to learn basics for them, okay? But you can't learn complicated stuff. You're going to fuck up your entire career. And that's where, no, and I'm not talking about Wahushin. He's more of like a rank coach. And that's where I want to talk about the fallacy that everyone falls into. And it's the same reason why I talk to people and I coach them and I'm able to have so much success with the people I coach. Because I actually understand how to get better. In this game, it is so basic. All of you guys here, when I coach some people, and they're like, Trick, do you think whenever the enemy KO flashes, do you think I should have swung there? Do you think I should have wide swung or short swung? That doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. Why are you in this smoke as KO? You should have been on site. There's always more simple answers, okay? Like, you're never losing a Valorant round because you didn't go wide or shallow, okay? And if a coach dumbs down a round to that, they're a horrible fucking coach, okay? Yes, it should be mentioned potentially, but there's overarching, like, larger issues in the way that you play the game that hold you back. It might be the way that you practice. It might be the fact that you sit there and you act like you want to get good, but you don't. A lot of people, including you people in chat right now, I'm sorry for coming at you like this, but you talk like you want to get better. You join the seminar like you want to get better. You join the Discord, you watch the video, and you act like you want to get better. But then you go into a rank game, you get tilted, and you start throwing. And then I watch you, you're double satching at people. You're not calming to your teammates. You're no calming. You're late to your setups. You didn't practice your Cypher setups before you entered the game. You're on Cypher on split. You don't even know what setup you're throwing. You don't know where you're going to play off of it. You're throwing trips you can't play off of. Guys, you're wasting fucking time. Like, literally, you're wasting your fucking life. You have one life and you're fucking wasting it. That's how pathetic that is. Like, if you don't see the problem in that, there's no hope. Because the best players in the world don't waste their fucking time like that. So if you want to get good, then stop wasting your fucking time. That's one of the biggest things that I see. It's not about you fucking peaking this. I have someone come to me. They say, listen, was this flash good? Bro, why are you baiting your whole fucking team and no-calming, bro? You no-calm the flash. You're baiting your whole team. You muted somebody. Jesus Christ, man. Like, it's so fucking dumb. Like, it's basic shit that you do wrong, okay? That's what I want you guys to understand. Sometimes you gotta mute, of course, bro. Like, trust me, I've had some demons in there. That's what I want you guys to understand, man. You've got to have a more productive value out of your time. Okay, so we're gonna continue on here. Sorry for that little aura train, bro. All right, let me look at my here. Okay, so we're just sitting here. That's not actually Jonah P, bro. Someone check if that's actually Jonah P, bro. This guy's across the world, bro. That's definitely not. But okay, looking for key differences from positions. Okay, basically, it's gonna be this whole VOD thing. All right, it's gonna be how you can study the game, how you can learn the game. So here's how you do it. If you want to approach improving at anything, okay, it doesn't matter what. Let's just point out, we got fucking 10s in here. Let's just point out one situation, okay? Let's say that you want to learn Cypher, okay? And let's say you want to learn Sentinel on split, you want to learn Cypher, sure. Here's how you do that. First off, you have to narrow your focus, okay? You need to narrow your focus. So when you say you want to get better at Cypher on split, what the fuck does that mean? Does that mean you want to get better defensive setups? Does that mean you want to practice your lurks? You need to narrow your focus. That way you can target those small parts of the game and practice those in your upcoming games. That's what you need to do. You don't go in and say, oh, I want to practice focus Cypher on split. Fuck you. I don't care. What the fuck does that mean? That's like LeBron James going to the gym and saying, I want to practice basketball. You sound like an idiot when you say that. You actually sound like an idiot. Like, that makes no sense. You think you're doing something, but you're wasting your time, right? If you want to practice Cypher, pick those small sections of Cypher that you can get better at. Because when you just say, I want to practice Cypher, that makes no sense to anyone who knows this game. It makes no sense. So think about it like that. Oh, fucking LeBron James in here. Jesus Christ. You guys are so trolled, bro. Alright. LeBron, can we get a balance? But, yeah. So that's what you need to do. So that's the first thing. You need to narrow your focus, okay? Then we're going to talk about prerequisites, guys. Prerequisites is stuff like this, alright? Your prerequisite to learning Cypher on split, watch John QT play Cypher on split. Copy his setups, okay? Go watch other pro players. Go watch Nats. Go watch his setups. Identify what kind of play style that you want to take into your own gameplay, and then practice playing like that. Identify why they might have set up like that. Did the other team have raise ult? Did he play offsite? Did the other team do X, Y, Z, etc.? Figure it the fuck out. All right, cool. What's another prerequisite? You're gonna go into a custom game and practice all of your setups. Whether that, if you're an initiator, those are lineups. You're gonna practice all your setups. You're gonna know how to do them perfectly. You're going to do them efficiently and perfectly before you even enter a rank game. If you guys buy my coaching and I watch you on split, I watch you jump off of the rafter, throw cages, and then you throw a shitty cam because you forgot, like, you shouldn't jump off rafters. Oh, man, it makes me want to just fucking refund you and never talk to you again. Why are you buying coaching? You're not even trying. Why are you not trying? You don't even know how to do a camera. Why are you paying me money? I don't need to pay you $0 to figure that fucking thing out, bro. It's like, that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about, though. Because some of you are just kind of meandering through ranks and meandering through improvement, and you act like you want to improve, but you don't. So just figure that out, bro. Please, I'm begging you. Figure that out. Okay, so there's your prerequisites. You need to figure out in the custom, VOD review people, etc. Now, we need to go with the targeted application, guys. So the targeted application of something like learning Cypher on, like, anchor setups on split would be whenever you play split and ranked, you're going to lock Cypher, and you're just going to anchor sites every fucking round. And you're just going to practice that. Regardless of if you think it's good or not, you're just going to practice it and get good at it. Let's talk about another. Let's say you want to get better at crosshair placement. You go through, you watch players, you practice in TDM and Deathmatch, sure. You go through all the prerequisites. What's the targeted application of getting better crosshair placement? You go into deathmatch or TDM with the intention to say, hey, all I'm focused on is my crosshair placement. I'm going to try holding wider. You do that the entire fucking TDM or deathmatch. That's your targeted application for something like that. You can plug and play this into anything, right? You just got to follow the system of narrowing your focus, filling out those prerequisites, and then targeting that application in whatever way, shape, or form it is. Now, the last thing is short-term review. Short-term review is basically the idea that instead of VOD reviewing, I'm completely against VOD reviewing. Instead of VOD reviewing, you add clips, and you just clip instances in which what you're practicing occurs. Whether that's a clip where you had good or bad crosshair placement, whether that's a clip where you anchor sight on defense split, whatever the case is, you clip it. And you might say, okay, why not VOD review? Because there's a problem with VOD reviewing. It's fishing for mistakes. When you VOD review long form, you guys are fishing for mistakes. All these coaches and everyone who tells you to VOD review hours of your gameplay, bro, that's like teaching. Like, imagine someone who doesn't know how to fish, VOD reviewing them throwing a fucking like pole into the water. It makes no sense. They don't know how to fucking fish. Like, all you're doing is looking for shit that like isn't worth your time. You're gonna look at a round and you're not even gonna know what went wrong. You're just gonna assume something went wrong, and then now you're fixing something that didn't need to be fixed, right? You need to just clip the instances of what you're focusing on until you're near like the competition level. If you're not at the competition level, you don't need a VOD review. And the only time you should VOD review is better players than you. You should be better. You should be VOD reviewing John QT, be VOD reviewing Tense, whatever the case is. VOD review those players. And also a little pro tip for anyone in here: do not VOD review people who are like those deviations. Remember what I talked about earlier with like deviations and playstyles? Like, VOD reviewing Demon 1's a fucking waste of time, bro. Okay, like I use him as an example, but like a little pro tip: you're not fucking Demon 1. I'll guarantee you that, or else you wouldn't be in my Discord right now. Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Fuck. Sorry, you're not Demon 1. Okay, but you can be in the future. All right. Yeah, but listen. So you're not Demon 1. You gotta get there, okay? Someone changed their name to Demon 1. You guys are clowns, bro. But look at players who are just good at the role. Like, bro, you want to know who actually is a good one to watch? Osboss, bro. Because Osboss plays a really consistent playstyle of Jet because of his positioning and his habits and the plays that he makes. He plays a really consistent form of Jet. So, okay, a couple Demon 1s are in here. A little late there, XM. So, yeah, I think he's actually a decent player to VOD there. Okay, now here is where we're gonna get into another little bit of segment here, all right? Where it is basically the idea that this game has been extremely overcomplicated. It's the number one problem that I see when I coach teams in Tier 3 or Tier 2. It's the number one problem I see when I coach players who are looking forward to competing. And it's the number one players I see from those who listen to advice on social media or etc., okay? This is what it is. It's the fact that people think that this game's way more complicated than it is. Guys, when Heretics started winning, I saw a Twitter post from like the esports writer or something like that. And he said something along the lines of, oh, Heretics util usage is the best in the world. That's why they're winning. Hell fucking no, that's not true. Heretics does not have the best util usage in the world. That is absolutely not true. 100% not true. They have good util usage, not the best in the world. At all. Not even close. Actually, maybe top 5. The thing about Heretics is they are all confident right now. They have some of the best shooters I've ever seen. Like, genuinely speaking. Like, Woot, Miniboo, and Benji Fishy. Bro, they have multiple players who take risks and, like, fight and find gaps like I've never seen before. Like, literally like Paper X, but in a more consistent way. Like, some of the best aimers I've ever seen. Like, they're all fighters and, like, navigating situations properly. But the reason why they're winning is because they're shooting good together, they're fighting good together, they're taking the risks that they want to take, and they're confident as fuck. And when you're confident, you're gonna play into your playstyle. Benji Fishy's so confident. Do you guys remember when he killed Cryocell's A short on Bind? You guys remember when he peeked through his own Viper wall and killed Cryo peeking? That's because he's so confident. He's, like, how many Tier 1 players do you just hide behind that wall and try to get a timing? He's confident as fuck. He's swinging that, bro. Woot, he's running in and swinging everything he wants to. Whenever you're that confident, you can start to steamroll. And that's where you can have that skill gap deviation I talked about. There's no way to create that skill gap deviation in Tier 1 unless you have people like that. It does not come from having good util. Guys, I have been on Tier 3 teams with good util, and we didn't win championships. Someone explain. It's because we're fucking dog shit. Like, what are we talking about? It's not because of our util. We're ass. Like, you didn't lock in, bro. Yeah, it's like, It's crazy to say that someone wins because of util. Okay? That's crazy. All the tier 1 teams at this event have good util. Literally all of them. So, at the end of the day, it's an FPS. And when people are steamrolling, when people are fighting well together, that's what shines. That's what matters. I made a tweet about this. So you can look at it. Alright, guys. So, let me... Let me go here real quick. Okay. Alright. One thing, guys, can you guys all join my Twitter community and enter my giveaway for VIP? Guys, listen, go to my Twitter, Trick Game, join my Twitter community, but also, I'm giving away $25 Valorant gift cards, 2 of them, and I'm giving away 2 free VIP roles, okay? So, like, enter the fucking giveaway. Not even trolling. Not a hashtag ad. Enter the fucking giveaway. I'm losing, like, $110 doing that giveaway. So, like, you better fucking enter it. Okay, guys. The next thing I want to talk about, we are going to... You ruined deathmatch. Everyone's like, that's my bad, bro. We are going to talk about how to play in layers. This is going to be a little bonus segment, okay? We're going to go into a game. I want to talk to you guys about how layers can come into play on defense. A lot of you guys don't know what the fuck to do on defense. We're going to talk about layers. Now I'm going to give you an example of my layers. I am an onion. Type shit, type shit. Bro, this should actually be a content series. Doesn't even need editing. Listen, man. Here's the thing. I don't like content, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what I was gonna yap about right there, but listen, man, I don't know. I'm not good with content, bro. Listen, I just teach people good stuff. Fuck, man. I was about to be a full-time yapper if I spoke right there. Wait, can you guys see my Valorant? Like, right now, can you see me changing settings in Valorant? Can you see me moving around? Just want to make sure. Okay. So, guys, here's how layers work. First off, I'm going to have my Killjoy put a chart right here. I'm going to have my Killjoy put a molly right here. I'm going to have my Killjoy put a molly right here. Everyone see those mollies? So, molly right here. It actually like, goes in there. Like, throw it in. You can put it like, right there. Molly right there. Molly right there. Turret right here. Alarm bot mid. Now, as soon as round starts... Wait, what the fuck's wrong with my skin? Okay. As soon as round starts, 3, 2, 1, round starts. I'm here. If they omen blind, I do this start. Why do I do this start? No one can shoot this start other than the jet. And every single time the jet's focus on entering, and he gets scanned. So what I do is if they omen blind, or like rush B or whatever, I rip the start and I back up to here like this. And I'm spamming at this angle. And as you can see, no matter what, if I scan that jet, he's just getting ripped apart. I'm instantly killing that jet. My layer 2, I fall back to here. Okay, I do this shock dart. This shock dart is meant to direct impact somebody. As I'm fading away, because I know they're going sight, maybe the jet scaling was weird, so I didn't kill him. Whatever the case is, when I do this shock, it's meant to direct impact them. You can see, it comes around this corner, it's going to hit one of them who's either coming around this corner, maybe they're back here, direct impact somebody for 75 damage. That's the point. And if it doesn't direct impact somebody, it still does a lot of damage. Then I come to here, and if they're really scaling on me, then I'm going to do like this shock, etc. Then here, if they're going front sight, I like to spam like this. This is a really good spam line. If I mini-map them taking front sight, you can spam into logs, etc. And then here, you can do this. So like here, let's say I see them right now. Let's say I see one. I'm just spamming in that corner. So jiggle, jiggle. I see them, spamming in the corner. They jump off. Sometimes I'll like jump across like this. You can spam like this, spam in the corner, etc. And that's my anti-rush. Okay, well now let's do the same thing. Let's say they don't rush. I start right here with my dart out. They don't rush. Okay, I go to here. Nice. Now this is where I'm defending the turret, right? I might dart, I might shock dart, I might spam. I might do this. I like to utilize this invisible wall as cover. You guys see how you can't spam this? I can't get counter spam by other Odins. I like to utilize this invisible wall as coverage. I can spam into B main at this angle whilst not getting counter spam from deep. I can isolate the angles that I want to spam from here. And you can also do the same thing here. And you can also do the same thing if you jump across the lineups from. So if you see this is a cat shock. This is a tile shock. This is a lane, like a whatever the fuck this is. This is an A dart. This is a wine dart. You come to here, like this. This is a wine dart. This is a cat dart. This is a... If you come to here and like do like this. This is like a dart for like the tree split. You know what I mean? Like if they're coming up tree room. So like that's where all my darts are from. That's where all my support darts are from. To like set up my team. And here you're going to see why I want those mollies. Because now, let's say we're in the mid round, I might drone B main to mask an opper, but if I sell my drone, if my op shows anywhere, no matter what, I'm going to re-drone mid to mask it. Either he's going to get put on the line of this or it's going to be a mask. I'm going to drone this, and now, potentially, they might go B. Now, if they go B, I'm going to come up to here and do this start, and that molly right there is going to get jet out. Let's say that they B-split on me instantly. If they B-split on me instantly, I'm going to do this start, right? I'm going to look at this thing. Their jump, I'm going to do this start. This start lands on the roof right there. Like, it's like a one-way dart, and that molly blocks this angle for me, and now I can come up here and I can spam everyone and mark it. So that allows for my rotations. Like, the Killjoy util is basically allowing for my rotations to help my jet out and to avoid the B-split. So in particular, I utilize this molly whenever we're in like a 2-3 spread. Things like that. Does that all make sense to everyone? So like, it's like that sort of like layers. You guys understand? But you get the idea though of me playing like layer, like this. I'm playing anti-rush at the start. Then I'm playing to defend the Killjoy util, right? And then I'm playing to support my team and rotate potentially. What's the market molly for? It's because if I do this start, then they can just walk out of market. Let's say I do the start, right? Let's say, oh, they're B-splitting. It takes me a second to line up the dart. I do this. By the time that they get hit by the start, they're already like scaling out here, you know? By the time I knew it was a B-split, they're like out here, and I can't spam this, right? And they also could just like peek me right here. So like that molly, what that's going to do is it's going to stop them from going forward. Like, oh, it's a B-split, boom, they get molly. They can no longer scale sight, and they also can't hold this angle on me. Is there any situation you play offside? Of course, right? This is just an example of like what like the protocols can look like, you know? Like, for example, this is what you can do on like KO. Like, so here's like a cool anti-rush on A protocol. You can start over here. Let's say the round starts. You're playing anti-rush. What you want to do is you want to start your omen right here. Your omen is going to one-way and then have his blind out. So your omen's going to like start 3, 2, 1 round starts, and he's going to have his blind out like this. Aimed like this, right, to like jumping throw it. Okay? If the jet dashes, your omen is blinding the jet. Okay? That way you can stand in the open. Okay, if they rush, so you're going to start like this. The round 3, 2, 1, the round starts. If you hear the omen blind, you're throwing this, then you're waiting 3, 2, 1, flashing. And you're flashing your omen back into A main. He just omen blinded all of them. They're all one-wayed, and now the jet who got omen blinded, or anyone else who crossed, is mollied. And you're re-flashing your guy back in to hit the people who were anti-omen blind. Does that all make sense? So like you have like anti-rush protocols for each area. If you're in Diamond Descendant, what main role agent to stick with? You just gotta pick. You gotta pick whatever role you can see yourself succeeding on. Whatever role class that is, that's what you should play. All right. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, is how to understand, or how to win more rankings. Okay. So, how to win more rankings breaks down to a couple things. One, you need to make sure you're not just wasting your time, and you need to make sure when you're playing ranked, you're actually learning. Okay. Like, you need to be playing with intention, okay? Playing with intention is basically the idea that you're going to go in ready to practice and ready to learn rather than going in and just fucking playing, okay? Now, how do you win more? You can play with intention, but also don't just have games where you're running it down and trolling, okay? Don't have those games. Don't have games where you're tilting your teammates. If you can just avoid 5%, if it's 5% of your games could be switched by you, like, trying the whole time or, you know, not tilting your teammates, then you'd have a positive win rate and you would naturally rank up. You wouldn't get better at all, right? But you would win 5% more of your games. You'd go from a 50% win rate to a 55% win rate. Yeah, it's a mental battle. What you guys need to do is you need to view ranked like the gym, okay? So if you're like me, you won't go. Just kidding. But you need to view ranked like the gym and say, you know, you go there and you practice what you need to practice. Does that make sense? Like, you go there for practice. You have a purpose. You say, hey, I want to get better at this, this, and this. That's why I'm here. That's what I'm going to focus on. And that's all I fucking care about. I don't care if some guy on your team says a fucking slur or some guy on your team is trolling around. Fuck that guy. I don't give a fuck about that guy at all. That guy's a fucking weirdo or he's dog shit. I don't care what the case is, bro. I'm here to practice. That is my goal. I'm here to practice. What if you get those teammates who don't care and do whatever they want? Then you still need to practice what you need to practice. That's the thing. You can't let other people tilt you. You can't let other people matter. That's the thing. I want you to imagine you're going to the gym and you're going there to like practice your bench, and you see this guy who's like ripped and benching 500 pounds. Why does that matter to you? Why does that fucker next to you working out matter? It's the same thing in ranked. That teammate that's talking shit to you, that teammate that's saying this, that, and whatever, and not listening, they shouldn't matter to you, bro. Like, why do they matter to you? They're a random human being. You're there to improve. You're there to have a good time, right? You're not there to care about them. Does that make sense? Yes, you should queue with as many people as possible for sure. Okay, 100%. So that's what I want you guys to do. Okay, that's how you can win more rankings. Like that general advice is going to help you a lot. So now the next thing I want to talk about is how to create good communication habits. Guys, if you look in my Discord, everyone after the session, you guys can watch this. There's going to be communication here. In this communication tab, by the way, I'm going to update these. There's, what the fuck is that? Just kidding, bro. That shit is ass. I need to update these, bro. I don't have them all there. There's going to be a VOD I can watch. That guy's working. Yo, we don't care, bro. We're not uploading this shit. We're gatekeeping it for all us unemployed folks. Let me show you this. References. Look, it's this link, okay? I'm going to share this link. Everyone can copy it if you want. But this video, listen to this video. These small comps are what you need in ranked, okay? I need to update this fucking Discord. Let me just update it right now. Okay, there we go. Anyways, that is the important part. You just need the small comps. It's going to make the world of a difference, okay? So, there's little things. Now, the next thing is how to understand positioning. It's basically the idea that whenever you copy what another player is doing, you guys got to understand the intent behind the position. Does that make sense? Like, basically, when you're reviewing your own gameplay, when you're looking at those clips, when you're, like, thinking back to what you did, try to consider if you played the position properly. Like, let me show you an example where a pro player does not play properly. I call them wandering villagers. You guys know the people in Minecraft who go around and, like, sell fucking, like, dyes and shit? You guys know what I'm talking about? Those llama people? Like, the fucking llama guy? Like, the wandering traders. Yeah, look. So, like, Bang here is like a wandering villager, bro. Like, look, why, like, he's containing this, he's solo on this site. He is containing this hit. His team is coming to play retake with him. Why is he not playing behind this corner here, playing into cover? You see? There's no reason why he should be in the open right now. So you might think, oh, I didn't play anti here, or I got flashed. But no, the real problem was, like, you literally just need to play cover here. Hold this angle, if you get flashed, you fall away. Does that make sense, everyone? How, like, positioning can be, like, the problem in a round? Like, that's what you need to consider, because sometimes it's just a small positional error that throws you down the wrong route. Okay, I think, guys, I think that is going to be most of what I wanted to talk about.